Hello traders, I am Stephen Davis, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures, downtown Chicago here. It's Thursday afternoon. We thought we're going to talk to you about the grain markets here today. Tomorrow we've got the August crop report at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We thought we'd get on here early and prepare you a little bit for this report. This is the biggest report of the summer. These August crop reports can have violent moves in the marketplace. So tomorrow will be the first chance, the first read of yield by yield, the corn yields state by state. So typically the October report, we go over acres. Tomorrow we're going to get the first yield count each state in the Corn Belt. So also most important tomorrow will be world production. It'll be just as important as U.S. grain production. So a couple things to think about tomorrow is world production, is it going to continue to decline, and how strong will U.S. exports be in these grain markets? So exports are so important here, and the demand story, corn got the best story going. The wheat market is developing on the demand front, and then the soybean market is uncertain here as we move forward. So our first chart of corn here today, you can see all week long we've closed within a 1 penny range. So the market really waiting for this crop report tomorrow morning. I think the demand for corn is really, really good, and we're setting up now for 2019 where we're going to have much larger corn acres in North America and much larger soybean acres in South America. So stay tuned for all of this. Okay, the soybean market, you can see our next chart here today. We were higher overnight and now we're lower going into this report. Exports on soybeans this morning, solid again. Corn exports were good again this morning. And then the wheat exports were a little bit disappointing. Again, soybean here, a lot of uncertainty with the trade tariffs going on back and forth before China and USA. And there's some reports out this week that China will need our U.S. soybeans. And here's something in the last 48 hours, soybean and soybean meal very strong out of China, their Chinese market. So you got to be careful what the Chinese say to us, and even their markets, they're not as transparent as ours are. Nonetheless, very strong China soybean and soybean meal markets out of Shanghai here the last couple of days. Okay, in the wheat market here, we're off a little bit. We've sold off a little bit in wheat, and our next chart of wheat, you can see quite a move higher. And last week, like I touched on, the multiple waves in the wheat market going higher. But some of these major wheat producers in the world, Canada, Australia, Ukraine, Russia, their production on wheat is down substantially. And we'll see if this continues. Consider Australia. Since April, Australia's got a 1/2 inch to 2 inches of rain. So consider that here in the Corn Belt. If in the Corn Belt, how would the row crops trade if we got a 1/2 inch to 2 inches rain in the last 5 months? So a real drought going on in Australia, a big wheat powerhouse here. So wrapping this up, we'll get this report out of the way, and this will be the start of the production here and the reports following, and it can be a very violent report tomorrow morning. Everybody have an excellent weekend.